Hey everybody, this is Alzorath and welcome to GamerFi. Today we're taking a look at I Can't Escape Darkness, a successor to the old game I Can't Escape. I'm not going to give this the PewDiePie or Markiplier treatment, simply because, well, I do have a webcam now. I'm not going to be using it for this because, well, horror games don't really scare me, although they're very interesting in their design for me. It's kind of a weird dichotomy there. But we have basic options menu, you have sliders for music and sound, which I highly appreciate. I wish more games actually had sliders for that. Graphic quality, full screen, blah, blah, blah. Basic stuff. Yeah. Let's go ahead and click back. We also have a tutorial that I could take you guys through. It's going to explain the basics. But we're going to go into a new game, and I'm going to wander through and try to show you guys some of the mechanics. There will be more mechanics that I don't show you guys, but I will try to explain them once we get to a little bit of a lull in new stuff. So let's go ahead and click New Game. It is procedurally generated. I have adjusted the gamma so that you can actually see stuff on YouTube. I'm going to adjust it up even a little bit more so you guys can see it a little bit more clearly. And I'm going to do allow maps and allow saves for now. You can turn these off and it'll like prevent you from saving, and you can also have yourself where you don't have a map. You have to either do it by hand or just remember where you're at. So if you're going for the full like on experience, you'll want to uncheck both of those, but I'm not going to. I'm going to go ahead and click enter, and we're going to move forward into I Can't Escape Darkness. Now here, the initial area, I'm not sure why they actually have it here, but if you press any direction that's not forward, it tells you I'm not turning back. I finally made it here. Apparently we're trying to get to this pyramid off in the distance, but we're not going to make it because every single time you do fall through the floor there. That's the only part that's not procedurally generated. Of course, we want to pick up a weapon just starting off the bat because we will need it, and we can actually pick up various rocks and stuff for use later. Now, in the opening area, you'll always have like an alternate path, usually opened by one of these. Go ahead and hit that button. You'll see that that one opens up. You also have another path over on this side. It's pretty much the same rule as Legend of Grimrock in terms of what you're going to see on the walls. You're going to see little hints and stuff like that. You'll see buttons that are like slightly different walls. Very much a look at the wall simulator. We have a rat down there. I'm not going to read the dialogue. That's going to be saved for people who do LPs of this, I think. I don't really feel like doing that full on. Oh, we have a bunch of rats in here. But we also have an eyeball. Now, I could fight these rats right now, and we wouldn't really gain anything from it except for some dead rats. Not usually a bad idea because they can bite and kill you. One interesting addition to this is, however, the aspect of you can tweet out the way you die, which is kind of an interesting thing. It tells you how many steps and what killed you, which is kind of... Oh, and we have something... I think that opens with a flashlight if we walk up to it. Nope, it didn't. Darn. I think we have to turn off the brazier or something like that. Now, the braziers are very important to this game. They kind of chase away the darkness, and obviously by the name, the darkness is your foe. We're going to actually try to descend down into the darkness fairly quickly. Now, his brothers are... I'm going to say his brothers right off the bat right now to spoil a little bit for you, but the person who's talking to you, his brothers are ghosts, and they will help you. And if you see red, that usually means that there's an enemy nearby or you are being attacked. I really wish it would give like an indicator when you're being attacked, possibly on the edge of the screen you're being attacked by. That way you can turn towards it and actually, you know, confront it. Let's see, this one's going to attack us, and we actually have blood red in our vision. And it's going to take a... I don't know if it'll ever actually fade. I've never gotten to this point where it's just blood in our vision. So we have blood in our vision. We got attacked there. Let's go ahead and move down. We want to get to the darkness before I die, which is going to be a little bit hard to do. Yep, we've got an enemy right there. Let's see. He's going to turn around. You can see his glowing green eyes, which is kind of creepy. And we're going to go ahead and just try to kill this guy. There you go. Dead before we even get injured anymore. We don't have a lighter to do that brazier, so... Oh, there we go. Blood finally faded, so we can take another hit. But we are obviously walking with a limp now because we fell down a hole in the ground. You can actually see the holes, which is appreciated. There's no just random hole drops throughout the thing, so pretty important thing there. And if we see a ghost, we kind of want to work with him. We do have a flashlight, thank goodness. You do start with flashlight, you don't have to pick it up or anything, so that's a good thing. But as far as other features go, you have areas with moving walls. Ah, goodness gracious. Die, die. And then we're going to have one coming from this direction, probably. Let's not. Okay, We have interesting rooms like this. You also have rooms with, like I said, moving walls. You have traps. You have eyeballs in the wall where it's watching you. We don't like those eyeballs. It tells you, the little ghost thing will turn towards them and kind of like indicate that you need to smash them. So we will take that. I really don't know what the mushrooms are for yet. I haven't gotten deep enough into the game to really tell you that. But there's a whole bunch of different uses for the different items you can grab. They're different looking mushrooms. There's different effects. And you'll see that that wears off. And actually this, if we take it out, you can see it has a battery. So we have to be a little bit aware of our battery life on this. I'm not too worried about it because I'm not worried about dying on this one. But this doesn't really rely too much on jump scares. There are some things that will pop up every now and then, but they're not like, bam, in your face right there. It's more one of those situations where you'll see it coming and be kind of unnerved by it. We don't have anything to put in that. We need a specific little avatar thingy to get in there. There you go, you're dead. There's the stairs up. Now, having a map, if we can come here, we can click on the map. It'll indicate, I don't know if it'll indicate where the stairs are, but we can sort of see how it lines up. I just heard like a panting noise, which I really don't like. Let's go over here. We'll get to the stairs. We'll go up the stairs even. We want to go back down though. I'm going to end up showing you guys the bit more of the darkness. The moving walls don't really have the greatest graphics on them, but you have some interesting things. The stair climbing is automated, so I can't really take it any faster. There are some good things and some bad things about this game. These first few levels, it's kind of hard to die once you've actually learned how to play the game. So it's kind of hard to go through, and you never lose this limp once you've fallen down, at least not that I have found. So it's a little bit frustrating to do that, so you really have to watch out for that first hole. Otherwise, you're just going to be limping everywhere, and you're not going to be able to run away from things quite as effectively. I would rather walk. The limp really just kind of throws me off. Some of the sound assets are a little bit mixed. This one's like crumpling paper instead of a viney area, which is a little bit odd. Let's go ahead and turn that off on our crossings here. I don't know if we can walk off the edge of this or not. Can we? We can. And we can die. Yep. I fell into the eternal darkness. I actually got an achievement for that one. But further down, you'll end up running into ghosts. You'll run into worse creatures. You'll run into a bunch of dead things. Yeah, it gets a whole lot more vicious, and I believe it's 4 floors down. It might be even more, but the entire goal of the game is to get the final key and then make your way back up to the main portal where you started at so you can escape and get to your ultimate goal. Now, this is going to be a fairly short GamerFi because, yeah, going too far into it would probably spoil some things, but it is procedurally generated. Each map is going to be different. If we drop down here, we can demonstrate that it is going to be different. You see the rock is different, and you'll notice that once I pick up the stick, the button is on the other side of the room. It'll sometimes be on this side of the room as well. But it is quite an interesting game. This is your ultimate place to exit. The key is on the bottom floor usually, from what I can tell. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed this, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time on GamerFi. Keep gaming, have fun, peace out. This has been Alzorath. Bye.